Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Menken back here with Splash Sports. Today is June 28th, 2024. Little recap on yesterday's performance. We got swept across the board. How about the Toronto Blue Jays coming out against Carlos Rodon, scoring 5 runs in the bottom of the first. One of the worst YRFI teams there is, and they're putting up 5 runs against Carlos Rodon. Jordan Montgomery giving up 20 runs and not allowing 1 run in the first. We had the YRFI in that one, didn't hit. Still a little upset. We're going to wipe it right under the rug, and we got the weekend rolling around, and we get hot on the weekend. We got to flip the script right here, right now, and let's roll right into it. Remember, on this show, all we care about is the first 6 outs of the ball game, plain and simple. A NRFI means no runs first inning, while a YRFI means yes runs first inning. But before I get into those replays, be sure to smash that like button for me and subscribe to my YouTube channel and toggle on that notification button. That way, every time I drop another video, you guys will be notified. All right, let's have an absolute bounce-back day. Starting off with game number 1, we got the Cleveland Guardians taking on the Kansas City Royals here. For the Cleveland Guardians, Tristan McKenzie will be on the mound here. He's 3-4 with 73 innings of work. Does have a higher end of an ERA, sitting at a 4.66 here with 71 strikeouts. Just under a strikeout here per inning and 38 earned runs for McKenzie. He'll be matched up here in Kansas City versus Alec Marsh, who's 5-5 this season, 75 innings of work. Does have a higher end of an ERA also with a 4.4, 69 strikeouts and 37 earned runs. McKenzie did not look good in his last start there, going only 3 innings of work, 3 hits, and 3 earned runs against the Blue Jays. No question, McKenzie has his struggles, time and time again, but this guy has a very solid presence on the mound, command, but he does get hit and leaves mistakes over the plate, which gets him in trouble later on in the game. I think he does get off to a hot start here, though, against this Kansas City Royals team who has been struggling offensively. You look at what Marsh did. He's coming off a loss as well against the Rangers on the road, going 5.2 innings of work, 8 hits, and 3 earned runs in that game. You look at yesterday and how it finished. There was only 3 runs scored in this game, and the Royals took that one 2-1. I'm expecting the same thing here. Both teams, I wouldn't say the Cleveland Guardians are struggling offensively, more so this Kansas City Royals team, but I think Alec Marsh will get out of this first inning unscathed with the Guardians. That's why in game number 1, between the Cleveland Guardians and the Kansas City Royals, we are smacking the NRFI, no runs first inning. So rolling to game number 2 between the Minnesota Twins and the Seattle Mariners. Here for the Minnesota Twins, we got Bailey Ober on the mound. He's 7-4 with 82 innings of work. Does have an ERA sitting at a 4.5, 83 strikeouts. He's averaging just over a strikeout here per inning in 41 earned runs on the season. He'll be matched up here in Seattle versus Logan Gilbert. He is 5-4, 106 innings pitched already, with an ERA sitting under 3 at a 2.71 with 99 strikeouts, just under a strikeout here per inning, and 32 earned runs. Logan Gilbert is coming off a win against the Marlins in his last performance, going 6 innings of work, 4 hits, no earned runs, in 6 Ks in that one. Ober, on the other hand, he's coming off a win as well against the Athletics, going 9 innings of work, a complete game there, 4 hits and 2 earned runs. I'm expecting both of them to carry over their success from their last performances here, especially in Seattle, where it is a pitcher's ballpark. That's why in game number 2 between the Minnesota Twins and the Seattle Mariners, we are smacking the NRFI, no runs first inning. So rolling into our third and final game between the Colorado Rockies and the Chicago White Sox. Here for the Colorado Rockies, they got Dakota Hudson on the mound. He's 2-10 with 76 innings of work. Does have a high end of an ERA, sitting at a 5.64 here, 41 strikeouts and 48 earned runs. He has more earned runs than he does strikeouts here for Dakota Hudson. He'll be matched up here against the Chicago White Sox, Drew Thorpe, who is 1-1 with 14 innings of work. He has a high end of an ERA too, sitting at a 5.02, 9 strikeouts and 8 earned runs. Almost as many earned runs as he does have strikeouts as well for Thor. He's coming off his first win against the Detroit Tigers. They're going 6 innings of work, 2 hits, and no earned runs. And you look at what Dakota Hudson did in his last performance, picking up his 10th loss of the season here, going only 3 innings of work, 11 hits, and 8 earned runs. I'm thinking that the Chicago White Sox team definitely gets to Dakota Hudson and vice versa. I know that Drew Thorpe had a great start for himself against that Detroit Tigers team and got himself the win there, but I think this Colorado Rockies team, especially playing at the Cell where Chicago, it's a bang box there, I think they could scratch one off on Drew here. That's why in game number 3 between the Colorado Rockies and the Chicago White Sox, we are smacking the YRFI. Yes runs first inning. Let's take a recap of the games I've selected for you today. Game number 1 between the Cleveland Guardians and the Kansas City Royals, we are smacking the NRFI. No runs first inning. Game number 2 between the Minnesota Twins and the Seattle Mariners, we are also smacking the NRFI. No runs first inning. In our third and final game between the Colorado Rockies and the Chicago White Sox, we are smacking the YRFI. Yes runs first inning. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Nick Menken with Splash Sports. If you have not done so, smack that like button for me. It helps me out a ton and it costs you guys none. And make sure to go follow me over on X for every single one of my full game MLB plays at Nick Menken. Best of luck and best bets.